fire display of the weapons that we brought along with us. We brought both British and American, although today we're only doing American Airborne. We're doing the 82nd Airborne, all American. What we're going to start with is the heavier stuff. We've got a 30 cal, which is an American weapon. We'll step forward, lads, and show us the 30 cal. Now this is an infantry assault weapon. It's quite heavy fire. It takes about 250 rounds. So we'll fire these at 600 to 650 rounds per minute. Gives us a great rate of fire. Generally every 8th round will be a tracer round so we can see where the rounds are going, which means we don't really need to aim it. At the moment the lads are just showing you how it's loaded. To get ready, they work as a team. One guy carries the ammo and the stand, the other guy carries the gun. He's the firer. We tend to give it bursts of ammo to keep the enemy's head down. These weapons was also used in tanks on jeeps, in the early Spitfires, in a lot of the American Corvuses. Very versatile weapon, light enough for the troops. Now we're going to go over to the Bren. The Bren is British, which is unusual that we've got it, so I'm just going to show you about it. It's generally a 3-man team. The firer is usually a corporal. And then you've got a guy up carrying the stand. The stand at the moment is up in the anti-aircraft position. That means it's high enough so it can aim at aircraft as they come over. It also drops down into a fixed firing position. It has a magazine on top of the gun, which is in the centre, which means the sights are off centre. The magazine's hold 28. And they're loaded one on top of each other, and the empty shell casings will come out the bottom. That can also be took off the stand and fired from the hip. That's the Bren. That's British. Now then we're going to go over to the Enfield rifles. Now then, these are live firing guns. Just watching, this is what you call a bolt action rifle, which means every round has to be individually loaded into the breech. We load it in. The second gun that we're showing, and hopefully we'll be able to fire, is the Mark IV. This is a Second World War gun. Ready to fire in?
Ready to fire!
Fire! I'm going to show you it's a Second World War one. I'm going to go to the Springfield. This is a DEAC gun, so all we do is going to demonstrate. It's also used as a sniper rifle throughout both World Wars. Again, it's a bolt action, as it's showing you. You load each individual round and then fire. These are not firers, by the way, because they're original guns. So that's the Springfield. Again, we heard that the Springfield rifle could be fired 15 rounds a minute by a soldier firing an accurate round. Next one, folks, is a Thompson. Now, Thompson is a submachine gun, and we're not allowed submachine guns by law today. So what we've got here today is a replica, which is a cap firing gun. The 1928, have you noticed, the cocking handle is on top. It has a fluted barrel to cool it down. It has a cups compensator on the end. The cups compensator was to allow the gases from the rounds to escape, which controlled the machine gun from rising every time he fired it. These were all expensive ways of making this gun. It has adjustable sights on the back. So they decided to bring out the M1A1, which Robin will stand forward and show you. This will not take the 50 round drum because there was no need for it. It will have the 30 round stick or 20 round stick. You've got rid of the cups compensator because the guys firing the guns were well trained and didn't need that to balance the gun. The cocking handle is now on the side. The sights are now fixed. rather than adjustable. And there is no fluting down the barrel to allow for cooling. Now this made it a lot cheaper. It reduced the cost of making the guns to $20, which in the time of war you need a lot of guns. If you didn't have much money, that was the best way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fire the 1928 off. And again, don't worry about the engine because it's a cap fire, which won't be nothing like the sound. Ready to fire in?
Fire!
Fire! Oh, hold on, misfire.
Yeah, I thought like it is based off of an old monster, I think. Oh god.
Try that.
Ready to fire!
Fire!
Ready to fire!
Fire! Now, sorry about that, folks. There's problems with them campfires. But you can see it's automatic. As soon as he pulls the trigger, it keeps on firing until he stops, unless it jams, which it did do. So that's the Thompson. Now, what we're going to look at next is because even at $20, the Thompson was still expensive to produce. So they came up with the idea similar to what the British did with the stem. Is to produce the gun rather than machining it, to use stamped metal. So can we show them the grease gun, please? This is the M3, known as the grease gun, because simply when you see it, it does look like the old-fashioned grease gun. We've got two here today. We've got an original, and we've got a cap fire which I hope will perform better than the Thompson. Now with the original, he's got a dust jacket. He lifts that up, as you notice. That is also your safety, so when that is down, it cannot be fired. These were made so simple that it inserts his finger and he pulls back the bolt, which is just done, and then fire. Just hold that one up for us. The M3 had a stock that tucked away. Just looks like a bit of wire, but it was very ingenious, this was. You could take the stock out and that would strip the gun down. It acts as a spanner. It also could have been folded away, tucked away when parachuting, or if you're in tanks, became popular with people in tanks. It's got a 30-round stick magazine. The oil bottle to clean this gun is in the handles, so it's all well contained. Now we're going to show you this blank fire. Hopefully this will work for us. So again, it's not going to be loud like the others. It's just all we're trying to demonstrate is the rapid fire. Ready to fire? Ready to fire. Fire. Again, there's no sound there at all. If you imagine it to be sounding like the 303 rifle. Now we're going to move on now. Now what we've got here today is a Webley Mark IV revolver. Again, these guns were developed earlier on, around about the Boer War. Generally officers and NCOs acquired these in the Second World War when tanks was available to us. Then a lot of the troops had them in tanks because it was an easy gun to carry inside you without getting trapped. Now to load it, release the barrel, cock it forward. There's a little spider that jumps up and flicks the dead rounds out, and then you load the 6 rounds in, snap it shut, and it's ready to fire. And that will fire every time you pull the trigger. Colt 45, as the name says, 45, same calibre as the Thompson, and the grease gun. A big round, big stopping power, very popular. And it is only this year that they've actually stopped issuing the American troops with these. This is the 1911 Airborne, which is the Second World War version. The 1911, as it said, was produced in 1911, so it's the First World War gun. Very good gun, very reliable. Now what we've got here is 2 blank firers, and we're going to fire these off. Ready to fire?
Ready to fire.
Fire.
Ready to fire.
Stay quite loud.
Ready to fire.
It's an M1 carbine. Now the carbine was initially developed. Carbine is usually cavalry. It's a rifle that's been trimmed down in the size. So it started its life in the cavalry. And during the wars, it was issued to behind the lines troops, truck drivers, tank crews, again because of its size. Now can we show the folding stock? It's got like a wire stock. In that stock it's got the oil bottle. It folds away. That would be attached to his leg as he jumped. Nice small rifle there, tucked away, very popular with the Airborne. Now then, we're going to fire this. Yeah, the rounds towards the tent. That's it, that's it. Right then, this one is loud, so cup your ears, ready to fire? Fire! The stem, submachine gun. Now it was made by pressed steel rather than machine. I've heard a lot of people say they weren't very accurate, but I've seen this fired on a target on a single shot and it falls every time. And it's down to the experience of the guy firing it. Load your bags please. You're going to both to go one at a time. Robin, make it all the rounds in the tent. Right then folks, again we've got 9mm, so he's going to be dead loud, so can you cut the ears please? Ready to fire, Robin? Yeah. Fire! Oh dear. One more. That's rapid fire. Do you see how quickly that fired? Sorry about the jam again. One more, Ian. Are we ready to fire?
Ready
to
fire!
Please. The American M1 Grand. The M1 Grand fires 8 shots. That's an 8-shot clip. Can you show one of the clips, please? That clip goes straight into the breech with the clip on it. We're ready to fire. Aim the round towards the tent again. It's just loading it. Ready to fire? Put your ears please. All right, fire. We have 2 lads demonstrating the bunker. This is just a model. It's very accurate. 2-man team. We've got the firer, the guy behind him. Feed the rocket into the back. And connect 2 wires off the rocket because it works via a battery. And it sent electrical charge to the rocket and then it fired. Now once he's loaded that rocket in, he's going to tap the guy on the shoulder. He knows he's ready to fire. He's going to step out of the way because as rockets do, you get a blast from the back and it will take his head off otherwise. Now then folks, now, I've got to say we've had some luck today with the rounds, but some of them we've had jams now. Sometimes it can be about cleaning the guns, but on this occasion it isn't. It's just we had the experience with the manufacturers of the rounds that they're putting a lot more when they make the gunpowder and put cork in it. The cork actually, your gun's not to be spotless, and as it's fired it leaves a residue, and that's what's causing some of the jams. We're trying to rectify that. I hope it enjoys your demonstration. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we're 3945 Allied Group. Thanks for all these guys for the demonstration, and thanks for your time. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, sorry about any misfires that occurred. Now, if you want, once we've got settled, you can speak to any of them and come under the wire and have a look at the guns, have your photo took in the jeep, and some of the kids can have some of the rounds that's been fired off as a momentum. So thanks again for your time, and enjoy the rest of your day.